Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at creating a tri-spinner with 4 of the 608 ZZ skate bearings. To begin, we're going to start with New, Standard IPT, and click Create. We're going to select 2D Sketch from our ribbon bar and place it on our XY plane. Click Front in my World Cube in order to zoom out. I'm going to begin with a I'm going to bring in with a circle. And I want to start at my origin. This is for the main bearing in the middle. When we took our dial calipers and we measured these, we should have ended up with 0.866 as a dimension. Press Enter on the keyboard. Then I'm going to take another circle, starting at my origin, and I'm going to draw this out. This is 2 1/8 of an inch. That's 2.125. Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key. Next, I want to locate points going around for circles to be located on for our bearings and for our plastic. So I'm going to use my point tool up here. I'm going to start at my 12 o'clock position. Zooming in a little bit, you can see that it locks on to that 12 o'clock position on the circle. When it does, click, and you have located that point. Press the Escape key on the keyboard. My point's there. You can see it highlight in red. Next, I'm going to use my circular pattern. First, it wants me to select the geometry, and I want to choose that point that I just created. Next, it wants the axis that I want to rotate around, so I'm going to click my Pick tool, and I want my origin selected here. Then I'm going to I want to have 6 of them, 360 degrees, and click OK. Next, we're going to take a circle, start at my 12 o'clock position. Click when you get a green dot, and this is going to be for another bearing at the top. This is 0.866 for the diameter. Press Enter. Press the Escape key. Next, I'm going to use my Offset tool. I'm going to offset this circle out 3/16 of an inch, which is 0.188. Press Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key. Now I want to use my Copy tool. I'm going to copy. I want to copy this outside circle and the inside circle for the bearing. I want to select my base point, which is going to be the center of these 2 circles at the 12 o'clock position. Once I have that attached to my cursor, I'm going to come down here, make sure I lock onto this point on the side, make sure I lock onto this point on the side, and then when I'm finished with those 2, click Done. Next, I'm going to take and draw circles in order to connect these together. I'm going to start down here from the 6 o'clock position. So I want Circle tool. Start at my 6 o'clock position. You should get a green dot. Click and stretch out a rectangle. Click and stretch out a circle. This circle is 0.883, and press Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key. I'm going to use my Copy tool again. I'm going to copy and select this circle. And I want to choose my base point by clicking this Pick tool, and I want the origin or center of that circle. When you get a green dot, click, and I'm going to copy it up here to this point that we located and this point over here that we located. When you're finished, click Done. Next, we're going to take and use our Trim tool, and we're going to trim out all the things that we don't need. Make sure you get these little tails that are right here on the sides. And take your time as you're clicking and going around. If you do make a mistake, you can click Undo. Once you have everything trimmed out and it looks good, we're going to go Finish Sketch, green check mark in the upper right hand corner. And I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude direction 2, and I want to extrude a distance. Click direction 2 right here, this button, and I want to highlight my dimension, and I want to extrude 0.275. Next, if it doesn't automatically select your part, bring your mouse in to when it highlights pink. It should automatically select it, but if it doesn't, bring your mouse in here to click, and then select OK. Next, we're going to take and put some fillets on here. I'm going to use my fillet tool. 1.125 is already entered in, So I'm going to come around and I'm going to click my outside surface and this back surface, and then I'm going to click apply. Press cancel. Maybe instead of gray we want to turn this to a different color, so I'm going to select default where it says default up here in the top. And let's see, let's try maybe a little green. Dark green. That looks pretty good. Rotate this around. You can see that my 4 bearings will fit in there. And that looks pretty good. Press the escape key. Go home. Next I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to my orange capital letter I. I'm going to save as. I'm going to make sure this is going into my H drive, which is first initial last name 000. And I'm going to type my last name and tri-spinner. Okay, make sure you put your last name in there, please, and click Save. Once you have it saved, we're going to take and export it now so that the 3D printer can read it. We're going to click on the orange capital letter I. We're going to export. We're going to export CAD format. I'm going to leave my file name the same, Lammer's Tri-Spinner, and I'm going to make sure that this pull down arrow here is selected on STL file. It has to be an STL file for the 3D printer to read it, and click Save. Congratulations. Once you have that done, you are ready to 3D print your Tri-Spinner. Once you have your finger pads drawn, you can 3D print the finger pads and your Tri-Spinner all at the same time. Congratulations.